Hello everybody. It's been a while since I did my last He-Man review, but with the holidays being around and everything else, just been busy. But now that I got a chance to do a review, I figure, hey, if I'm going to start new reviews, I'm going to start off big. So today I'm going to be doing the centerpiece of everybody's Masters of the Universe collection, Castle Grayskull, and also the Powercon accessory kit as well. So join me on the review of this awesome piece.
And the Masters of the Universe.
Alright, so this is Castle Grayskull. The centerpiece of every Masters of the Universe play section. It was always the most sought after play set that you could have. I mean, even though Snake Mountain was good, you had Fright Zones, and even that humongous thing they called Eternia. This was always the piece that every Masters of the Universe fan went crazy for. Now, of course, this is the Origins one. Now, it has the same play feature as the original, to where you can actually close it up, put your heroes in it. The nice thing about this one is it has these nice latches that just pop off like that. And pop, and then it just opens up. Now, for it to close, you have to have the elevator down and the seat in the, I guess, the outward position for this play feature to work. Otherwise, it will not close correctly. So after that, this is the outside. I do love the paint job for this. I like the detail that they put into the door. How they put in the, metal coloring and also the green crest. The original one was just molded green. I like the paint job to this a little bit better than the original because of the factor. It just, with the original one, just looked like somebody sprayed the face down with black spray paint. So this kind of gives a little bit more depth and life to it. If you come over to what would be considered the side, they also painted the roofs to a brown, but still gave them like kind of a green tint to them. So it doesn't look perfect, but it looks nice. The rest of this is just molded plastic. You got your handle here for when you have it closed up. You got your cannon on the top, just like the original. Nice thing though is they extended this platform here. Usually this platform was about the same length as that one, but they extended the play so you can actually fit one of your heroes or villains on there a little bit better. Comes with the flag. You could either have your Grayskull, mastered by the powers of evil, the powers of good, or the powers of evil. So it depends, because with the original Castle Grayskull, it was up to whoever. You can either have good or evil take over Grayskull. It wasn't all He-Man's. And if you look down, boom, there's the nice little peg that just sits on, which is an improvement because the original one, it actually clipped on the end and everybody always broke that clip. And of course, the most notable thing about Castle Grayskull is the door latch. Now, this is your Power Sword Skeletor, Power Sword He-Man merged together. We'll open your door and take it out. It closes again. But even Faker can get into this too. Oh, where the hell is? There he is. A full sword can also open it as well. So anybody could get into Grayskull. Now, nice thing is that in there, open her up. The drawbridge is the classic green mouth look, which is nice against the brown wood door setup. All right, so now we're taking a look at the inside of Castle Grayskull. Start over at this side first. They added with this one a ledge here with also a peg so you can stand one of your masters on there. They have these nice felt flags that hang down. I remember the originals were like a plastic or something. The computer board here is now plastic mold opposed to the original that was cardboard. The elevator pretty much acts the same. You get your little dragon, you pull the dragon, comes up, comes down, has a peg on it, so you know you can stand one of your masters on there. And now for the skull side. The nice thing about this turret is there's a peg in the floor here for your master to stand on. Easy posable. Gun goes up and down. You also have a peg here for a master to stand on as well. You have the throne room. This computer that used to be cardboard is now a plastic. Fortunately, the dungeon is still a sticker. I guess it'll always be. You know, then you have the other side, the drawbridge. And of course, you still have the original play to where you spin the chair and the trapdoor falls. All right, now let's talk accessories. You got the ladder, which is nice because they got little pegs that the ladder hooks onto on both sides, either this side or also going up to one of the towers. You got your training piece. This one's nicer because it's a thicker piece. You know, the other one was just a thin piece on either side. This is nice and thick, and it looks like something your masters would really train with. You have the weapon rack that came with pretty much basically the same weapons that the original one did. I think maybe less or more. But another nice thing is comes with a second rack. So you can, you know, line this rack up with your swords. And it's a nice extra little piece here. Now this one also comes with, I'll put that back there, the Sorceress. Now this is based off of the mini comics, her first appearance in the mini comics. She has the standard articulation. Her head goes back and forth. She has a shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist, hip, waist, that's the waist, hip, ankle, no, that's a knee, and ankle. And she also twists at the top of the boot. Now in the back, her wings move up and down, and her headpiece actually has more of a falcon look to it. You know, she's a good piece to come with it. I know everybody can't wait to get a hold of the more filmation version that has the more color to it, but this is her. The biggest disappointment I have with this play set, and I think everybody has, is that it actually doesn't come with the alien suit. You know, I'm sure everybody who picked up this, you know, set was wondering, oh man, where's the alien suit? You know, at least in a plastic form or something. But unfortunately, we don't get that unless if you were lucky enough to get one of the Powercon exclusives. And if you didn't get that Powercon exclusive, as an owner of Grayskull, you're missing one of the key pieces. All right, so another neat feature about this is that you can take your Wind Raider, and it has a mount that allows you to mount your Wind Raider also onto Castle Grayskull. So you can pose your Wind Raider on the tower, which is nice. Now, I've seen another reviewer do it, and I hope this is a prelude to something that's coming out, is somebody had the old Point Dread tower, and that actually can hook onto this Castle Grayskull, which is really nice. But so I'm hoping that maybe one day they actually make one of those. But for now, at least you can get your Wind Raider on there. You can spin it, mount it however you want. I thought that was a nice little feature. All right, so now for the Powercon exclusive set. This is the box that it came in. You know, like all the other Powercon exclusives, it has a nice detailed box that it comes in. Nice detail that it's packaged in. And then the actual set comes in this box. That's just beautiful. I love this cover. It matches up very well with the grate, the original grate that's down here. Move that. You know, definitely nice box work. It's the side. Then the back tells you a little bit about the spacesuit, the Latch, and the Spirit of Grayskull. Gives you a little bit of information about it. And if you're one of those people who don't like to take it out of the box, that works too, because you open it up and everything's beautifully displayed in there. Some more nice monster art. So, all right, let's crack this open and let's get looking at this stuff. All right, so because this has 3 parts, I'm going to do it from my least favorite to favorite. All right, starting off with the dungeon piece for the castle. It's plain green plastic, light plastic. Great opens, great shuts. You got this creature here that's coming out of it. Tentacle is fully bendable and posable. All right. And he just locks in here. Hold on. There we go. Locks in like that. And the only way he really fits in there is if you open up the trap door and you kind of maneuver him in there. There's a little latch that hooks onto the bottom, and he kind of just slides in there. There it goes. Not the best of fits, but it works. Hold up. There it goes. And then he comes through the hole like that, and then you can use it to, I guess when somebody opens up the door, you can, you know, have them entangle or ensnare one of your masters or whatever and pretend like he's like reaching through the dungeon and dragging them down. You know. Yeah. He doesn't latch in there very well, but he does latch in there. Now, pulling this piece out the way it should, I'm kind of disappointed in this. I mean, yeah, this thing's a neat play feature, you know. You can set up some neat dioramas and whatever with it. But I just really wish that it looked more like the actual grate, or even the artwork that's on the box. You know, I would have liked to have seen, you know, tentacles and glowing eyes coming out of this. You know, maybe if they would have painted this like a black or something and had like eyes and teeth and something looking out at you when it's, so you kind of feel like there's impending doom in there, but this just looks like a block. And like I said, this is the piece that latches on. That's all that latches on. So, and yeah, you got tentacle monster. I got a feeling this was just a quick thought up. I don't know. Like I said, it's neat, but you know, I wasn't super impressed with this part of the piece. You know. Next is the Spirit of Grayskull. It's a neat piece. Looks really cool. You know, move that out of the way. If, you know, I like it. It looks creepy. The only thing I wish they would have done was maybe weathered it a little bit so the details come out. Like right now I have my camera phone light on it, so you can see like the skull eyes, the nose, and the teeth in it. But under normal light, you can't really tell the detail. I wish they would have maybe just, you know, airbrushed it or washed it with maybe like a lighter green or darker green, something to bring out the highlights in the piece. It's a neat mold. You know, it definitely does homage to, you know, the old books that came with, you know, the heroes and villains. It has a peg here on the bottom that it hooks right up to the top of Castle Grayskull. So, sits up there pretty like. And yeah, it's a Spirit of Grayskull. Neat thing is, it can go on either side. So, I can also put it on this side as well. And he can also live there. So, this thing is more a nostalgia piece. You know, for anybody who knows the old mini comics and got the original figures, it's a nice piece to have to add to your Grayskull. You know, it doesn't do much, but it's definitely a cool looking piece. And last but not least, the reason why everybody got this set is the space armor. Especially if you have Castle Grayskull. You can never have a Castle Grayskull without the armor. I think it was a foolish idea for them to put out a Castle Grayskull without it. But that's probably why this Powercon Exclusive came out, was because I'm sure enough people complained that they didn't have the spacesuit. This is a nice piece. Head rotates around. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, waist, hip, knee, ankles do not move. You do get this twist in here. The neat thing is he does come apart easily, just like any of your other heroes. So you can pretend anybody's in that suit. You could take a He-Man head somewhere. And pop it on there. Now you got He-Man in the spacesuit, or whatever one of your characters you so fit to put on it, which is nice. The armor does come off. There are latches on the side. You can pop the latch. Apparently not very easy like. There it goes. And it's just your basic molded body underneath, just like any of your other heroes. But you can now have Astronaut Man without the armor. I think it was a neat idea to make it an actual figure. Gives you more playability with it and options and so forth. But you do need to remove the head to take the armor off. The armor won't come off without the head being removed. But like I said, anybody who knows that this set, you were buying it for this suit of armor. Of course, it fits, show you here, nicely in the corner where he belongs. A little bulky, but he could still sit there and be the piece that you want him to be. There's even a peg there, so if you want to peg him in, you can, but you know, that's the way for him to be out of the way for your castle and your drop bridge. So I hope you all enjoyed this review of both the Castle Grayskull and the Powercon Exclusive Castle Grayskull accessory kit. Hope you all have a good one. See you in the next video.